Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew! Again! Face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew! Again!
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private? No, sir.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I feel... Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. If you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Syceal stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Syceal. We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by... Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Seth.
This is valuable.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. But certainly. What would you like to know? A guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and to my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct, even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with... But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have... Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant... I'm my own wizard, you know. And I don't intend to be... By all means. Of course. I hope you're invested. I can but piece together what few morsels... They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she... I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt. I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already met... Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just... I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry. What? I'd never... If you must know, I was merely checking... What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger. The great... And what might those be? Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. And yet, I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct. Flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through. Or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated. We can but bar the gates and hold up like mice while the cats are on the prowl. A trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self...
Do you hear that clinking? I think someone...
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
Excuse me, Grabby Gus. This is a...
About face!
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation, but truth, we've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second-in-command, but rest assured, I am a lot more kindly inclined towards Source Hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, there's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The site's all superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the... So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally signed them. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful... Divines doubly bless you, friend. So I did. The pack, the chances of survival.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Riverland's final. Blasted full face.
It never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden. My sheep is missing.
Chicken, chicken!
Yes, let's pardon him. Just look at the little blighter. He doesn't deserve the knife.
Yippee-ki-yay! Why did you let my chicken escape?
let my chicken escape? Looks like it's your lucky day, Jack. Now to tell the truth. You again? Come to throw my dinner to the wind again, have you? I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary connoisseur capable to make a dish for an army with little more than a single chicken. You again? Come to throw my dinner to the wind again, have you?
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
Greetings. These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
What on earth?
Potions to be muscly, scrolls to entice.